Hello guys, I just wanted to hop on in a moment where I finally had a few minutes to think about the story that is our life now. As you can see, I no longer have any hair, and that's because we held our St. Baldrick's event on Saturday, where we were able to raise $78,639 for childhood cancer research, which I am super just overwhelmed and blown away by how well we were able to do. Life keeps going after you lose a child, whether you want it to or whether you like it to or not. And one of the things I felt really strongly about talking about is the therapy that we have gotten Ivan. And I realized that we started taking Ivan to therapy almost 2 months to the day after Jackson died. And we were very blessed in that there is a local agency that pays for the play therapy. And I've always been the kind of person who is very much all about resources. Let's hook people up with the resources that they need. And when Jackson died, I did not have a choice but to surrender and put my hands up and say, I can't do this by myself. I don't know how to do this by myself. And we've been lucky enough not to have to do it by ourselves. And so when I found out about the resource of the play therapy, I knew it was something I needed to do. And so we drive about 40 minutes once a week for Ivan to see the play therapist. And in that time, he has made so much progress. And I'm not going to lie, it's not easy to sit and hear your 4-year-old talk about death and how much he misses his brother and that he's having a hard time, and watching him really, really struggle a lot. And I can definitely see and understand how it is super hard for a parent to put their own stuff, not to the side necessarily, because it's your stuff too when it's your child, But I knew that this was a serious trauma for Ivan, and I also realized that kids are smarter than we give them credit for. They know more, they understand more than what we realize. He hears us talk a lot, and so he processes a lot. And even though he's young, and research says that he won't understand necessarily the permanency of his brother's death. They say 4.5 is when they can developmentally understand it. Our play therapist says that because of the therapy he's gotten, he's comprehending it and understanding it much, much better. And Ivan has newfound anxiety that he never used to have. And I feel very strongly about helping him have the tools that he needs to work through his anxiety and learn how to deal with his anxiety, because I don't think it's going to be something that's going to go away anytime soon. I think anxiety is something he's probably always going to suffer with. Not suffer, but, deal with. And, if you look around in this world, there's people who either can't or were not ever given the opportunity and the tools to learn how to deal with their anxiety. And I realize not everybody is a face things head on type of person like I am. So I will never ever fault or judge another person for how they do this. I just feel very strongly about putting it out there, how important it really is. And to, if you notice that your kid's kind of having issues with comprehending and understanding that it's not too late to start trying to get them help. You know, I've had to really put my own stuff on the back burner, my processing and my grieving. I try to make time for it because it's important, and doing this event that we had was very good therapy for me. In fact, I feel it healed a little part of my heart. And I just feel with conviction that our story is different and that our story needs to be told, and I'm going to tell it. And I just really want to encourage people to take advantage of the resources that are available, and reach out to people and ask if you don't know, because you know, we all have a story. We all have been through things, and you know, some people's lives are harder than others, and I don't understand why, and we'll never understand why. But you know, if we can link arms and help each other and guide each other, and I want to be an encouragement to people. I'm not saying that I'm doing it all right, because there is no right or wrong way to do this. I'm just trying to be as healthy as possible. And I prioritize my own self-care because I'm holding a lot of people and things up. And if I'm not taking care of myself, then things will fall apart. And that's not going to be okay. So I do things like go to Pilates and exercise and drink my coffee, my favorite Starbucks coffees. And I try to take care of myself because if I don't do it, nobody else will. So I would say my takeaway from this is to, even though it's hard and you have to dig deep and you have to push hard and you have to push through things that are terribly hard and uncomfortable, it's important, because I feel like if we don't face it all now, we're going to face it later, and it's going to come out in kind of probably pretty ugly ways. So I hope that this is an encouragement to people that may be struggling, and just know that there is help out there, and it's hard, but you can do it.